imaginative person. But Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's only issue would be, I like the Oompa Loompas better in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory's version, because they're more unified, they're more sort of characteristic. Like, I get they're not orange, and most people would expect them to be orange for some reason. I don't. I just imagine little people running around. I don't know. It might just be me. I don't care if you disagree with me, but I feel like they did a better job because they kept a lot of the words the same in the book from the songs in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I mean, there was a Augustus Gloop, the great big beardy nincompoop, and it was so good. It was all catchy and stuff. It wouldn't get in your head as easily as I mean, that just gets stuck in your head for hours. But if you get Augustus Gloop, great big beardy nincompoop, that's more funny. Alright, so the reason why I like the newer version compared to the old version is that this one has squirrels. It has more normal things to it. It has, like, everything that's really in the book. And, like, they don't miss anything. They don't... the only thing they really added was the plot with his father, which was a little bit creepy. And, but it kind of gave an explanation on how weird he was and why he was weird. But I think that was one of Johnny Depp's more forgetful roles, but, I mean, he did what he had to, he did what the script wanted him to, and that was kind of a good actor, I guess. But, for the most part, it's not like I really like that version, or the other one. I just like that one more because it just follows it better. The guy who played Charlie better. He wasn't some sort of rambunctious thing. And Helena Bonham Carter was in it. She was his mother. I bet you didn't know that. Unless you did, and then you probably did. But the point is, I don't know. I think that movie proved that she could play a normal role before she even did King's Speech. That's right. Anyway. Whoa! What the fuck was that?
I was time traveling, and a lot of stuff went down, and that's actually how I got this shirt. And you might
How
not
did you
want to
time travel?
I ran into the doctor, and Jack Harkness was there, and we met. We talked about
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's like money. Okay. Nah.
What are you reviewing?
Well, we were reviewing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
You mean Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
My God, you too.
I thought you weren't ready for haters yet.
I wasn't, but Rob started me on this with his head on the desk, and when I was eating coffee and reading wrote down, he was just like,
Can I put my 2 cents in? As I never read the book, my first experience with Willy Wonka was the movie from the 70s with Gene Wilder. I'm guessing probably because I was so young when I watched it, and it's a classic, and everyone loves it, except for Sammy. Like many kids, especially those who were born in the 70s and later, up until the remake came out, which I will not mention until later, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the first Willy Wonka that we saw. And, especially for me, I loved it. It was an imaginative storyline. Each character had its own flaws. And it was just a fantastic movie and a fantastic story.
Hold on. Now, look. Even if you say that each character had its own plot, even the remake had its own plot, the book had its own plot.
I said flaws!
Flaws, whatever it was. Each character has their own flaws in the book and the new version. You can't just say it belongs to the old one.
See, in the remake, they made Charlie look like Jesus.
Well, that was the point. In the book, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, he was Jesus. He was like the Great Lunar Bear in Nostalgia Chick Nella's My Little Pony drama.
The Great Lunar Bear had no continuity.
Yes, but that was like...
That was like a Big Lipped Alligator moment.
Knuckles agrees with me. Right, Knuckles? Say yes.
Fine, take her side.
Yes.
Each character has its own flaws. When Charlie drank the soda, that was pretty much his own flaw. I'm not trying to make it sound religious or anything, but each character gave into their own temptation.
In the book and the new version, they did that too.
What did Charlie do in the new version?
Charlie was supposed to be the one kid who didn't. In the book, he didn't do it either. They followed it.
When you're a kid, it's kind of your job to get in trouble at least once. And in the 1970s movie, he did get in trouble by drinking the soda and almost being mutilated by a fan.
Well, Charlie did his thing. In the book, he bought a chocolate bar on his grandfather's birthday and gave it to him as a present even when he wasn't supposed to. You know?
That's called being nice.
It's called being nice, but he was breaking rules at the same time. I mean, Charlie in the book, he didn't break any rules. He respected his parents because all they had to eat every single day was cabbage soup. And he knew how hard his parents were working, so he didn't try to disrespect them by messing things up for them, even though they worked so hard. His father was a toothpaste fastener. You didn't know that if you watched the movie. He was the guy who put toothpaste caps on toothpaste.
His father wasn't even in the movie.
That's my point. Charlie had a dad in the book and in the new version.
Since Charlie's father is not mentioned or seen in the original, it's normally assumed, for those who haven't read the book, that Charlie's father is is probably gone.
Well, come on. I mean, we have to wrap things up. I mean, I appreciate your opinion and all, but
what I'm saying is, I hated the remake, and the original was more nostalgic.
Did you do something to your teeth?
I got my braces tightened.
Okay. Well, honestly, the only thing good about the original I thought was the guy who played Willy Wonka.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah, except for the creepy tunnel thing.
The tunnel from
did
hell
not
was...
need to be there. Scarred children's minds for thousands and thousands of years.
What doesn't? It's only been like 40 years.
Still children to come to the classroom.
The tunnel from hell is...
Anyway, come on.
It's time
to wrap up.
Yeah, it is time that we should wrap up.
Yep.
And
basically, tune in next week for another video. Maybe we might do some music videos if we think about it. There might be just a blog. We don't know. But yeah, that's really all I can think of. I mean, yeah.
And here's my defending Tunnel from Hell scene. Every kids movie.
We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up. Fine.
Every kids movie has one scene that can be considered scary, and that was it for Willy Wonka.
Even though it really shouldn't be. Just saying. We had a video about this.
They'd make it online though.
I didn't. Stupid camera default. Anyway, stay tuned next week. I think we're going to be reviewing, we'll leave a suggestion. Right now we don't have anything on the top of our heads. No. I don't want to do that. Sorry. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm done with anime unless it's unknown and it's short and I can watch it / read it in a flash.
Unlike Death Note.
Unlike Death Note. Well, that's one of the shorter animes out there that has a long series, but you know, yeah. Actually, next week, I think I'm gonna review BioShock.
Good idea.
Very good idea.
So, stay tuned for next week's BioShock
Leave
review.
a comment.
Leave a comment
Subscribe
in the bottom.
Up here.
Subscribe up here and leave a comment down here.
Down here, and check out the Facebook page. I also have a Twitter account. I might leave a link, I don't know. And yeah, tune in next week or next month. Whenever.